Hello everybody. So just a couple of things real quick. This is the ornament I was working on. I still need to come back in and fix probably another coat of this, smooth it out some. Here's my edging so far. I don't know if you can see that very well. I'm just going to keep adding little dots and letting them dry. And I'm going to start on my other ones. I didn't find a lot of these Santas in that paper box like I thought. Maybe like 3 other ones. I'm thinking, so I don't know what I did with them. If I'd already pulled them out or what, I don't know. But I might have used them and made some of these more than I thought and didn't have any left. It's been a little while. So that's a possibility also. The other thing is, when I left to go to Idaho, I still had a lot to do in my craft room, and I'm still working on that. It's a little slower going, but I am still working on that. And with all the glue troubles I've been having, look what I found. I found the diamond press glue, another one of these craft tacky glue. This is Tonic Studios, and 5 of these. Now 2 of these, like that one is used, but it still seems to be flowing really well. And this one is also used. But these 3 are brand new. So I have glue for a little bit, I hope. Hopefully it'll work and I'll be okay. So I got a lot of glue. I found glue. I was so happy when I found it. At first, I just found the one. And then I was like, wait, there's more. And there's more. And there's more. And there's more. So, as you know, I have been working on, I want to do a fully paper decorated tree. And one thing is I like things to hang. Like, I'm a child from the 70s and 80s, and I love tinsel on a tree. People don't really use tinsel anymore, and I don't even used to just see it everywhere. But you just don't find it. So what I did is I did an online search for paper icicles, and I believe it was Kids Craft Room or Child's Craft Room. They had these paper icicles, and I found them very interesting, and I thought, we've got to try making some ourselves. So this is what we're doing right now, is we're going to try. And they did the folds, and then they glued glitter on. We don't need to glue glitter on. We've got glitter glue and, our Nuvo drops and all that stuff. I don't need to worry about that. But we need to do like long triangles. So I'm going to put my paper. This first one is not going to be able to work. I might be able to come back and make it a triangle, but you have to cut that straight edge off. So I'm lining up this corner and this corner, and mine need to be kind of small because of my tree is, like it said, 4.5 feet, but I don't think it is. It might be 4 feet maybe, but that's it. So I'm going to line this up, just hopefully that helps me keep my angle right for my future cuts. So I'm going to trim that off. Oh, wait. Guess what? I still have my scoring blade in here. so all I did was score that. I need to get my straight. So straight. And let me put my scoring back in. I've had people ask me about this cutter with these blades in it. I did do a video on it. It's Creative Memories. If you want one, and these are sold separately, you can buy like a bundle if they have the bundles, or you could pay for each one individually. That way you only buying the ones you want. But it's Creative Memories, and you can just go to their website. If you want to use, it'll ask you if you want to shop with an advisor. You could put my advisor, Terry Edwards. Terry is T-E-R-I, and then Edwards. And let her get credit. If you desire that, you can put where it says what it is to the inside, flat side up. And that puts it in. Now I gotta put the paper back. Okay, so I'm gonna line it up here and line it up here and hopefully get a good triangle. Oh, now how am I gonna do it on that one? To go that way and get the same angle. I need the same angle. I'm gonna see maybe, because I need this here, and that would have to go farther out that way to do it at the same angle. Now I got myself confused. Let's see how this goes. Does that look even? Let's see. So I did this one here and here. Nope, that's just going to cut it straight. So now I need to go, do I need to double it? Maybe that's what I need to do, double it now. We'll figure that out. Let's see if these match. Okay, they're close. Very, very close. So I don't want to sit here all day working out, cutting out these triangles. So what they did is this, put them together. You put them together, and then you just fold one over the other, and you just keep folding one over the other. For some reason, I'm thinking that they stuck to their square. Let's see what we're getting. Maybe not. Yeah, that's not working. So we're gonna stick to our square, I guess. So we put these together. How did I have these like this? Well, we're just gonna stick with our square. One got a lot smaller than the other one real quick, didn't it? Okay. They did have a template, so this is the point, is to get it to do this, right? And so now you can pull it out and it will hang. So I need mine a lot smaller than that. So I think, what's an easy way to do this? I just need, let's say, an inch here. That's just going to give me a straight edge. Okay. I'm going to do it at 2 inches. Now I'm just going to trace. Okay. So I'm just going to, maybe I should have done a ruler. I don't know where my ruler is at this point, but we're just going to come here. Oops. Finger got in the way. And trace. Oop. And then we're going to go here. And that should fit together. In here. So that it should just become these simple cuts. They had like a downloadable thing you could do. Okay. So now I'll just cut these out. I could use the paper trimmer now, but I'm just going to go ahead and use my scissors real quick here, so I don't have to worry about it. And I said I need mine smaller, right? So I'm going to line them up together here. They're close. And I'm going to cut part of my top off. And we'll see if we need it longer. If we need it longer, we'll have to get another sheet and go the other direction. But I do want it to be fairly small, so I'm lining up my squares. And I'm going to fold the square, fold, fold. And you're just folding it over itself. Fold, fold. Boy, it's going kind of wonky here, but that's okay. If it works, that's all I'm concerned with. Okay, so that, yeah, kind of sort of did work. I could trim this. I do want them longer. So let me grab another sheet of this paper. And do it the long way. So I still want them skinny, but I want them longer. Because I want that drape, drop, whatever effect on them. So let me come in here and I'll do the first cut. And I'm going to try to cut it thinner, so that I don't have to cut any of it off. So if I do this, now see, that went too short. I didn't get it all the way up. Let me try the other side. I need to pay closer attention to what I'm doing, I guess. Let me try this side. So I need that to be all the way to the tip. And just make this smaller. And that tip there. Okay. I'm going to come up a little short again if I don't move that. See the dotted line? That's where I need to get my tip of the paper. And then do that. Okay, let's try it this way. It still came up short. Okay. And still, that didn't cut enough off. I need this. I guess I'm going to have to cut into it farther. Okay. Now I think if I come through this way, I can trace that angle. Maybe, maybe not. See, that looks like it's going to make it really big down here again, and I don't want to do that. I just don't want to do that. So let me think here. Let me think. Let me cut this straight again. What am I missing here? That just looks like it should have been good. Let me just try and do this. Is that just going to cut it straight? I think it is. Let me see what we get from this. That is not, that made a straight line. It made it straight again. So maybe I need to come up here. The thing is, we want it to get smaller. I wonder if I could. Let's see what happens if we do them with the, they're still getting smaller, right? So if I do this, even though one side is straight, they are still smaller. So that may be all right. Even if the angle is only at one side. Okay. One more. One more. Let's see what happens if it works. Well, sort of. These we would glue together. And we have a little bit of body at the top, and then it just hangs at the bottom. We might be able to use that. Let me see. Let me glue this together. Let's see what happens. I got all that glue and was going to show you. I'm proud of was that I found that glue, and now I didn't refill this. I wouldn't think it should need it by now, but who knows? Okay, glue that together. And then I'm gonna glue that little piece there down. I'm almost thinking I have another idea for this. Let me see. I'm almost thinking I have a better idea. But I'm not sure. Let's see what happens when we get some. They just put it, like they folded it back up. And they put glitter, glue on all the tips. So this is White Blizzard. So you would just come along all the tips, the edges. And it's given that like S shape. And then it's an icicle, so it doesn't have to be perfect. My bad thing is I can't see what I'm doing here. And it's wobbling around. So you would just keep doing that. But I'm thinking maybe we don't need to do all of this. Maybe, let me think here, because I think we might be able to do just, let me cut this straight. Sometimes your paper don't want to cut. Okay, let's do like an inch. Now this is not, what I'm thinking is not folding it, so I wouldn't need it so long. I could probably even cut these in half. Let's try that before I cut any more. That might work. And fold these. I'm just doing this real quick, but we could score them and make them perfect if it works. The point is to get that shape right and make it pointy. So we could just come in here. I'm gonna come in from this way because it already looks smaller on this side. So we can just do the point. You're gonna want them to kind of match up, I guess. There we go, not pointy enough. So let's get that point in. Oh, still not pointy enough. I want a point. Okay. So what I'm thinking is we could just kind of glue these together. Have a string in the middle. Let me see if we can glue them together. We might need to do 3. Just in the middle. I can fold them and clip them so that it will hold. Hopefully. Line them up. They're not lined up good enough. There we go. Here we go. Let's do it this way then. If that's how it wants to be, we'll put that strip of glue in. We already have it basically scored, so we'll just do that. We'll get that glue to hold. Maybe put the pin back in here. I think, shoot, if I don't need to do all that folding and stuff. And this I could do with glitter paper, maybe. So it's already scored. And I come now. Oh, that glue's not holding good enough yet. Tonic is doing their Cyber Week. And they're launching new die sets every day. I don't know if it's every day, but yesterday and today, because I'm filming this on Tuesday. So they're launching new products and they show it. I think it needs more glue here. I think I waited too long. And she keeps saying, be kind to your glue. Give it plenty of time to dry. And don't try to rush it. So be kind to your glue. So what I'm thinking is we could just unfold this and now we've got like a spherical thing going down, right? It would be nice if we could do a spiral. Oh, we could do a spiral. We could do a spiral. That's easy enough to do. We'll probably even have spiral dies for flower forming, right? Where we roll them up. What's that called? But I can show you real quick too what I'm talking about. Now I'm thinking that might actually be the better way to go, but because that would probably be even easier than this. Because now the glue is stuck here. Anyways, I think you're getting the gist of what I'm saying. If we're taking our time and being careful with this. And we could do 3 pieces, 4 pieces, or whatever. But now we have the pointy icicle that can hang in those spots, right? And we can put the same stuff. Let me put this cap on the glue. Getting my needle in. So then we would just come through. We could put it in the center. And all the edges, I don't know if I like it. It would need to be fuller, I think, than this. So, okay. There's two things. But what about that spiral? I just got glitter glue all over my glass mat. My brand new Anna Griffin glass mat. Let me get a wipe and clean that off. Then some of this stuff, it cleans off the glass mats because, I mean, that's what the glass mats are for, but sometimes it's not that easy. So, what did I do? I let it fall right back on it. I need it on something different. There we go. Right there. Okay, so this spiral thing I was talking about is where we just have a circle. And I'm just going to cut a circle. I'm not good with circles. I'm telling you right now. But I'm going to do the best I can. Just to show you real quick. And like I said, my tree's not big. So this should be way more than I need. So you just come in and cut a spiral as thick or thin as you want it to be. As big as you want it to be. And you can already see it's trying to do what I was talking about. It's spiraling down. Now if I use a stiffer paper, it will not spiral as much. And then you could tip that off. So here we go. Just a little spiral. This would be way bigger than what I would need. I would only need to about here, probably. Right? Now the thing would be, how do we get it? Well, I guess we curve it. Let's try using this and curving. Oh, I just ripped it. Which is a shame because now it's not going to spiral as much, but I just wanted to give it a little curve so you can see the little curve. You probably go from top to bottom, not bottom to top. So then here's what we would have. I kind of like this idea. I just did not, my execution was not that good. So let me try another one, and I know I don't need it that big, so I'm just gonna do a small one. And I almost want to try this with a sturdier paper, just so we have more control over how it curves. This might even still be too big for my little bitty tree. Let's curve it. Honestly, I'm not happy with any of these. Really. Right now. I ripped it again. That is not what I'm looking for. I need something thinner. I need maybe an oval. Maybe an oval shape. A small oval shape. Did you ever teach pre-K? Did you ever teach kindergarten? Did you ever have to figure this stuff out? Sometimes when we do these things, that's what it feels like, right? Like, didn't we do something like this before? That's more the size I was thinking. And if I stretch it, tweak it a little bit the way I want it to go. No, that looks like a crooked house. Icicle. No, not happy with that. Not thrilled about this at all. Not liking that. So this is kind of our best bet. Getting that stuff all over me. I guess I probably should have tried this stuff out beforehand, but what if we just did paper icicles? What if we just maybe two-sided? Let me see. Put the string through here. So now we don't have to hide a string or wonder how we're going to hang it. The string would be right there. Just cut out the icicle shape, glue it together. I'm going to leave enough room to get some string in. You noticed I didn't push that glue up. I pushed it down. Okay. So then it would hang from a string here, but now when we take this glitter glue or Nouveau glitter drops, we could just put them on the whole thing. And it doesn't have to be perfect. This is my favorite. Yep. And we could put it on both sides after this side dries. We could put it on the other side. It's funny because it's turning kind of a green color in here, but not because of the blue, I don't know. It's looking a little bit greenish. Maybe it's just the green stands out on this. Maybe it doesn't look like a green hue to it, but who knows. So we could do that. If you want to do this right, you can go to the child's craft room, as I believe it was. Either child's or kids' craft room. And they had a PDF you could print out that had the pattern to cut. And you could do that. Now, one of my sons, they had the packing stuff that looked like the top of a mushroom. And one of his teachers put a pipe cleaner, and they strung that stuff on a pipe cleaner, and then they put glue and glitter on that, and that was one of the presents home, and it was very cute. But we aren't using other things, we're using paper. So that is why I was trying to figure out a way to do a decent icicle. And I think this is going to be my go-to for icicles. Right here, the easiest one. I mean, all we got to do is take it, fold it. That's probably too long. I think that's longer than this, isn't it? No? It's about the same size. And just come and do some cuts. And they're icicles, so they don't have to be perfect. I cut it straight, so it must be... The fold line is where we're keeping it together so that we can put the string or whatever to put it on the tree right here. Glue them together. Look, I already did the bases for 2 of them. So I think that's what's going to go on the tree that I'm doing my experiment. I think it's going to be this. All right. That is enough for this video. I'm thinking you're all going, huh? Did we just waste our time watching that video? I will put a warning on the title so that you know that this was a trial and maybe not very successful. Like to still make one. All right, everybody. If you like my videos, please hit the like and subscribe button. Thank you for joining me. I hope you join me again. Everybody have a blessed day. Bye-bye now.